Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium for the final game of Week 2 here on a Friday night in the CFSL. I'm David Roy, and in the booth with me tonight, Zach Davis. And Zach, it's the first Tiger Bowl of the season. Both teams come in 1-0, looking to go to 2-0. But more importantly, Zach, for LSU, they could go 2-0 in conference. And as we all know with the playoffs, that's a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how big conference play comes in, and to start off really well is huge for both of these teams.
Auburn will start with possession of the football, and on the return, Austin Knight able to get it out to about the 32-yard line, and that is where we will get our first look at Ron Newman and this Auburn offense.
Yeah, Ron Newman played really well last year against NIU, but it is a MAC team, so we'll see how he does against LSU.
Well, Loki Lawler here is going to get the carry, and he's going to start things off with a pair of stiff arms to help him get 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Wow, that's a way to start running the ball there, David. Good run by Loki Lawler. Look out for him and Ron Newman to play off each other pretty well today.
Play fake, Newman rolling right, taking a shot downfield, and he really gave it his all as he's able to fit it in there for Eugene Flowers.
Yeah, that's the 5th on their depth chart. So Auburn really plays their team well. Very balanced team we have over here. Tackled by TJ Keene on LSU. Well done.
Auburn came into tonight favored in the sportsbook at -2.5, a slim margin against an LSU team that came back from 25 down a week ago, and they were hoping to not need a comeback, but Dalton Smith drops what could have been a pick 6.
Yeah, that's a big play right there. And those are the ones that just hurt watching them up here, David.
Newman to throw on 2nd down, going short, finding Chris Black, who came in relief of Lawler out of the backfield, and he'll get 4 to begin the drive.
Yeah, us sports bettors out there, watch Ron Newman to Sean Flower Day. They're both in the sports book. Let's see how they play today.
Newman on 3rd down, has time, going to take it and run though, trying to evade the pressure, and he'll get caught from behind for a loss of 1. Dylan LeBlanc getting his first career sack.
Yeah, we saw in chat, Dylan likes to take a nap before a game, and obviously it's helping him out.
Well, they get to him there, and so Auburn's drive, while pretty good initially, it does, unfortunately for the Tigers, stall out, although I guess it depends which Tigers you're rooting for, because the LSU brand here on the road, they are okay with that, hoping that they won't need a comeback, as you see Colt Youngblood a week ago, 25 carries, 190 yards, and a rushing touchdown as they at one point trailed Texas A&M by 25 points. They end up winning that game 35-34, and Gage, his brother, will start from the gun. A quick throw to Fred Perry for 7.
You know, David, it's good to know in the back of your mind that you can come back from 25, but you never want to keep trying that. I mean, good on them for that, but you want to get out and start strong here. Colt and Gage, you really got to play well.
They'll bring it out to the 27-yard line following that throw and catch to Fred Perry. Play fake. Gage having to throw off his back foot over the middle, and he'll fall incomplete. So 3rd and 3, and the Auburn Tigers looking for a big stop.
Yeah, I think that was Conrad Wallace, number 99, with the pressure there. It's a big 3rd down here we got.
Run the option, and Gage cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Peyton Miles comes up to make the hit in the backfield, and LSU will be forced to punt.
Yeah, season 7 All-American Peyton Miles with a big stop here. Let's see if Auburn can rebound on offense.
Peyton Miles, the former USC Trojan, opted a few seasons back to join this Auburn squad and finishes out his career with them, and so in that transition he's been a big part for Auburn, not just last season but here early in this contest here tonight, as Lawler brings it out to the 48-yard line, and Ron Newman back in the gun looking to go back to work, but he's living dangerously. Once again, another drive where he nearly throws an interception. This time TJ Keene could not hold on to it.
So last week, Ron Newman had an interception and a fumble. It's not a trend you want to keep going, David, so you want to be careful if you're Ron Newman.
Here he'll go short, and he leaves Walter Miller out to dry. Coming up with a huge hit from Anthony Stover.
Yeah, freshman team captain Anthony Stover. You can tell he gained his teammates' respect with plays like that and his leadership in the locker room.
But nonetheless, Walter Miller gets it out across midfield. Ball spotted from the LSU 47. Lawler motioned out of the backfield to the right. Newman going short to that side and able to pick up the first down. Fighting hard, Sean Flowerday, who you mentioned, Zach, having a line in the sportsbook.
Yeah, his sportsbook is over 1.5 touchdowns. So let's see if they can keep him incorporated. He's all over the place on this Auburn team.
And off here, though, Lawler getting the carry to the inside, and he'll get 4 yards as Auburn, you mentioned it, with Flowerday playing all over the place, both on defense and on offense. You've got Chris Black, who you'll see in relief of Loki Lawler in the backfield tonight. They got to keep as many guys fresh as they can, as Newman under duress, and he's able to get it out to force an incompletion against this pass rush.
Yeah, speaking of fatigue, David, Auburn doesn't have a scholarship tight end out there, so Flowerday's doing kick returns and offense as well.
Newman gonna tuck it and run on 3rd and 6, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage as Dmitry Mikhailov gets his first sack, not just on the night, but on the season.
I was going to say, hey, David, you want to help me out with this name? Regardless, big old number 65 with the tackle there, with LeBlanc helping to secure that.
So once again, another drive for Auburn that they're able to get it across midfield, but only just, and then the drive stalls, and they're forced to once again punt it back to LSU, trying to pin them deep, and we'll see where they spot it. Likely inside the 10, if not thereabouts.
Yeah, special teams is huge. We saw in the last game, David, teams that were pinned on their side of the field this deep. It does not look well for them.
Well, they are. Ball spotted the 8-yard line. They try to swing it out for Colt Youngblood, but they're in excellent coverage. Chris Black.
Yeah, great play. You obviously, when you're on this side of the field, you don't want to be going backwards. But big play by number 44, Chris Black.
Well, they tried to hope that Colt Youngblood maybe got left all alone. Chris Black, though, able to close the distance. He was paying attention. So out of the gun here, Colt getting the carry to the inside. And he'll get back not just the yardage that he lost, but some extra to make it 3rd and 6.
Colt had 190 yards last week. He's obviously a huge focal point for this team. I would say probably number 1. They have great receivers, but Colt's their go-to.
Trips to the right, Gage Youngblood feeling the pressure. He's going to take a shot and able to thread the needle for Cosmos Woods. An excellent over-the-shoulder throw.
Yeah, David, when I interviewed these co-ADs at LSU, they said Cosmo, Dominic, and Fred Perry, they got to make big plays, and you can see that they're pretty excited to have them.
Woods coming up with a huge catch there, able to move the ball out to the 42 after beating Robert Wayne Hillsman in coverage. And so here on 1st down and 10, they go back to Colt Youngblood in the flat, trying to get him out in space, but he'll lose a yard.
Obviously negative yardage, but you like to see LSU kind of getting him the ball regardless, because that could break. Colt's it's a big guy.
Here they go to Colt to the inside. Colt Youngblood up the middle, and a 1st down and more all the way out to the Auburn 42.
David, that man just went through 4 or 5 people. Whew. Big play by Colt. Let's see if they can keep going here.
Colt broke a tackle from Miles and then continued to fight. It was finally Conrad Wallace, who was 17 yards downfield, finally bringing him down.
Yeah, Conrad had 8 tackles last week, 4 for loss. He's going to be a big playmaker for Auburn.
Gage to throw, going short, and edges the tight end. He'll get a few yards there. It's a nice little gain on 1st down and cuts the distance needed in half.
Yeah, we saw a lot in our last game we just did, the Michigan chunk plays. LSU seems pretty similar. It's a run-first offense we have here.
Well, they're going to give it to Marcellus Burney, who will take over the backup running back duties here, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Scott Stover.
Yeah, Burney's another one, similar to Flowerday on the other side. Kick return corner, and he also runs the ball.
2 backs in the backfield. Gage to throw, going short and nearly picked off by Chris Black. That'll force 4th down.
Yeah, that's a big play. Colt had 2 interceptions early in that game against A&M. They did win, but again, you don't want to give those away early.
So LSU will punt it, and they're trying to pin Auburn deep, but this punt will bounce into and through the end zone. So Zach, very reminiscent to the first game tonight between Notre Dame and Michigan, a very defensive battle here in the opening frame.
Yeah, I mean, it's SEC football. They're really great teams, really great ADs on both sides of the field.
From the 20, the read option keeper, Ron Newman, over to the right, and he lost the football. And LSU, they say, comes up with it. Bringing it back into the end zone. Anthony Stover with a scoop and score.
Let's not get too excited. Was he down, David? Let's watch this replay. Whew.
If it stands, it's an impressive momentum swing, if nothing else, for LSU.
Yeah, you can see that defense is pretty important here.
Previous play is under review.
They're gonna take another look at it, and you see Newman fighting there. That looked like it came out.
Oh, that's a close one, David. His knee was.
That left knee.
Oh, I don't know, man.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take the points off the scoreboard. Take away the scoop and score, and instead give Auburn 9 yards. A very close call for the Tigers offense, but Auburn, they retain possession. And Newman off the play fake, and he'll throw it away, but you gotta love the aggressiveness.
Yeah, great play. Speaking on the refs, though, I wouldn't be the one to call that, so good for them. I'm glad they're the ones that get paid to review that, David.
Come back in a single back sent. 3rd and a yard. Toss. Lawler to the far sideline. He's got the edge and the first down out across to the 41.
Yeah, David, this is a trend so far each time Loki's touched the ball. He's stiff-armed at least one person for extra yardage. Look for LSU to kind of try to gang tackle him when he gets the ball.
Play fake Newman. Over to the far side and incomplete. Excellent hit there by Ulrich Odenheim to knock the ball out and force the incompletion.
I was going to say, that's a beautiful pass in between the zone right there, but big hit breaks that one up.
Newman, draw play here for Lawler, and Lawler stumbling, had to put his hand down to try and gather that balance and end up falling forward for a yard. So a long 3rd down here for Auburn as both these defenses making the other offense earn every yard they can get.
Yeah, look for Ron Newman to get going here on the ground.
They're going to go halfback screen. Lawler to the near side, and he'll get it out to about the 45. So short gain, not enough, though, for Auburn to pick up the first down, and they will have to punt it for the 3rd straight drive.
Yeah, great defense on both sides. You gotta love the screen play on 3rd down to kind of get Loki going, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
Fielding this from inside the 15-yard line and working it out across T.J. Keene, taking over the punt return duties this week here for LSU. Look at the two defenses. Now LSU, they've come up with a couple of sacks. Auburn, though, they have the capacity to do very much the same.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been a couple pick sixes that aren't noted on there that were dropped. I would have had David.
Yeah, LSU has missed a couple of opportunities defensively to put points on the board, including the scoop and score that got called back. Meanwhile, Egger short gets 5, and then Chris Black lights him up.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen all across the league, tight ends are the safety blanket of quarterbacks, and you know they're meant to take those big tackles, those big hits from the quarterbacks.
Out to the 42-yard line following the pitch and catch from Youngblood to Eggers, and they'll set up a little halfback screen of their own over to the left side, and Flowerday got pushed backwards by Colt Youngblood, and it was big old Donnie Eads who had to bring him down.
Colt must have heard me talking about Loki's stiff arms. It kind of one-upped me there. Nice play by Colt right there.
New set of downs, Gage to throw, pressure coming, and the pass dropped by Brody Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, this LSU team had to pass a lot last week to kind of get up on the ground, so they know they have playmakers, but you got to get the ball in Colt's hands here.
Gage to throw, pressure coming up the middle. On the wheel route, Colt Youngblood stopped just short, thanks to Sean Flowerday.
That was right, barely over Sean Flowerday's head there. Great pass, but woo.
3rd and a yard. 2 backs in the backfield here for LSU, and a quick throw on the slant pattern. Woods able to get the first down, but he paid a big price.
Yeah, tackled by Sean Flowerday. Yet again, he didn't have any last week, so he's a little more involved this week on the defensive end.
Play fake. Gage having to throw it out of bounds, and so that brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that front 7 of Conrad Wallace, Scott Stover, and Donnie Eads is definitely going to be one to look out for, as you saw on the pressure from that play.
Handoff, Colt to the inside. Colt Youngblood fighting hard, but brought down between Chris Black and Sean Flowerday, the 2 of them combining to make the stop.
Yeah, Chris Black, I believe he's also on here, or I could be wrong. No, I'm sorry, it's Brandon Stone, my apologies.
Gage over to the right. Dominic Flores. First time we're calling his name here tonight. He's got a first down.
Yeah, like I was stating earlier, Dominic Flores is the one guy LSU really wants to see get going. That's a freak athlete out there.
LSU from inside the Auburn red zone. Eggers making a man miss and getting it down to the 5. Black is the one who's able to keep him out of the end zone, but LSU 1st and goal.
Yeah, LSU must be riding that momentum from that last game. Great play so far. Big drive here. Gage,
short throw, cutting it inside, getting it down to about the 1 is Derek Riley, the backup.
Yeah,
and that's how we end this opening quarter. We're all knotted up at nothing. The scoreboard is empty, but LSU's looking to change that at the start of the 2nd quarter. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live.
On the ball.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and the Tigers come out in a goal line set. Gage to throw, and he has to throw it through the back of the end zone. 3rd down.
David, I'm a little sad for Colt there. You go big, and then you go and pass it. No disrespect to Gage, but Colt is a big man down there.
We're going to go to the gun set here, and they go with Gage, keeping it himself for the first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, he had another one last week. He's got some sneaky wheels, not the most athletic, but he's a great athlete all in all.
So Gage Youngblood, he is the first to put points on the board in this one, and he'll do so not with his arm, but with his legs. He had a rushing touchdown last week, and that'll be his 2nd on the season to put LSU up 7-0 here on the road.
Yeah, 12-play drive there. I look for that to be a trend in this game. No big plays I don't see happening.
So Auburn will not field this one. Kyle Ilika choosing to take the knee, bring this out to the 25-yard line, and Auburn will take over. Pistol set with Ron Newman. And Newman to throw. Coming back over the middle, Walter Miller. And the play's still technically live, but they'll finally bring it down, and he'll get 8.
That man would not go down. He did, but didn't want to. Good for him, man. Great play.
2nd and 2. Cribs top the screen. Newman keeping himself on the read option. He'll get the first down. It's Marcellus Burney who came in to bring him down, but he'll get 5.
Yeah, Marcellus Burney, senior, All-American from USC, I believe, David. He's a playmaker out there for LSU.
Burney transferring over as a senior here to finish out his campaign with the LSU Tigers. But a shot to the right side, and Eugene Flowers, the 5th receiver on the depth chart, he gets a big play down the right sideline.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Auburn keeps wanting to try TJ King. They must have a lot of confidence in their wide receiver group. I think that's the 4th or 5th time they've gone at him so far.
So a big play gets Auburn out to the LSU 31. Play fake here on 1st and 10 And they're going to go to the wheel route themselves for Lawler, but well covered by Dalton Smith.
Yeah, another face mask not called there, but I guess if it wasn't a completion, they don't call it. Again, good on the refs there.
Trips top the screen. Newman saw the pass rush, chose to tuck it and run, but he is sacked for a loss of 6. Dylan LeBlanc, his second on the night and on the season.
Yeah, the walk-on number 25 gets the initial pressure, and then number 19, Brandon Stone, comes in and lets LeBlanc finish that huge third down here. Auburn actually struggled last week, only converting 25%, so see if they can get a little better this week with that.
Backed up to the 37 of LSU. 7-step drop. Newman floats it over the middle, and Flowerday hauls it in, but he's just short of the first down.
Do they go for it here?
They are.
Auburn, they're an aggressive team. Yeah.
They're keeping their offense on the field. Newman in the gun. Lawler to his right. And Newman's going to keep it himself. Ron Newman throwing out a stiff arm, throwing out a second to get him down inside the 15.
Big play. Dimitri coming in again from the defensive line to save that touchdown, because the Burr machine got 2 or 3 of those with the stiff arm.
Dimitri Mikhailov, the one to keep Newman out of the end zone, but Newman hoping to not stay down for long. He tucks it and runs, but stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard as Philip Scott, the other defensive end on this front 7, coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, LSU only had 2 sacks last week, and they're obviously putting on a show. I think that's 3 or 4 so far in just this first quarter and a half so far.
Well, the defensive line, they've been busy, as you mentioned, Zach. They've gotten a few sacks here. Dylan LeBlanc's got 2 of them by himself. But the speed option, and Loki Lawler fighting his way to get it down to the 6. 3rd and 3 Auburn.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
You wonder, being down here and aggressive as Auburn is it 2 down territory? Yeah, a little run play, get Newman going.
Chris Black used on the fake. Newman opts to keep it, but Mikhailov going to bring him down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2. 4th and 5 upcoming.
Dimitri just shedded 2 of those Auburn O-lines to get to there.
So out comes the kicking unit, and Fritz Roberts takes the field. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Roberts, and he puts Auburn on the board to make it a 4-point game with 6:22 to play.
Yeah, obviously you want to get 7 there, but good on Auburn for getting some points.
So on the return, and a huge shot being dished out to Cosmos Woods.
That was either Flowerday again or Jeffrey Shea there. Big hit there.
So out to the 22, Gage throwing, taking a shot, and he's picked off. A one-handed grab by Peyton Miles.
Wow. Freshman, was it? No, I'm sorry, junior 5-star with a big play there. Let's see if Auburn can capitalize on these turnovers. Have been kryptonite to LSU so far.
One play is all it took, and Auburn takes the ball right back. Ball spotted on the LSU side of midfield. Newman keeping it himself, spinning off one, fighting through a second. He'll get a couple yards.
Yeah, initial pressure by Dylan LeBlanc there. And I believe there's a linebacker who came in to finish it, but Brandon Stone, yep.
2nd down and 8. Trips to the near side. Newman to throw. And he's going to check it down. Loki Lawler, though, able to make a man miss in space, and he'll get the 1st down for Auburn.
Yeah, drop down pass right beneath the zone. Ron noticed that he was the one open, and he took it for a 1st down. Well played by Loki there.
Out to the 36-yard line. Newman going to take it a run, and he'll run into Cameron Boggs. Boggs getting the sack. It's a loss of 5. That brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Boggs had 2 tackles for loss, I believe, last week, and he's already got 1 now. Big play there. Puts him in 2nd and long.
2nd and 15 for Auburn. Trips the right. Newman going short to that side. Flowerday slipping a tackle, getting 5. So not quite back. The yardage that was lost on first down, excuse me, but it sets up a 3rd and 11 here for Auburn.
Yeah, great play call by Auburn there. Let's see if they can capitalize on 3rd down.
Newman dancing to his right, stepping up. He wants it all, and he's nearly intercepted by Brody Edwards.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta stop looking at our chat. Anyways, a big defensive stop by LSU.
Auburn will punt it away in the hopes of being able to pin LSU back, and they'll spot it out to the 20. We'll take the time to give a shout out to the live chat. Ted Stern, Mike Peters, obviously, Rick, Dylan LeBlanc, Matt Pack, David Ware, Eric Mears, Jathan Gentry, Stephen Fellows, E. Twizzle, Cyrock, Jacob Higginbottom, Coach Bernie, Matt Patton, Mike Lewis, Jacob Langmeyer, also known as Pimp Daddy Jacob. That is not Pimp Daddy Jacob. That is Loki Lawler is Jacob Langmeyer. I apologize for that. We've got a lot of Jacobs, and so it's difficult to tell them apart, as Mike is hoping that you, Zach, would read him bedtime stories.
Yeah, that's what made me chuckle there, David. I think that's a good thing, but I'm going to take it. Let's go ahead and get back to the game. Gage Youngblood with a 2-yard run there.
Well, it's a good thing for Auburn. They get the stop in the backfield, so 3rd and 8. As Gage to throw, taking a shot to the far side, but he put a little too much mustard on it and it sails out of bounds.
Yeah, Gage started off really well, but you kind of wonder if that interception's got him a little frazzled there. Let's hopefully he can rebound from that.
Well, he's forced to turn it over to the punting unit, and Lawler will get it back to the 45-yard line of Auburn, and so out back comes this Auburn offense. Now, Zach, they've had to punt in 3 of their last 4 drives. This LSU defense, it has been smothering.
Yeah, it really has. That D-line, Cameron Boggs, Dylan, Dimitri, and Brandon Stone, that front 7's been insane so far, but Auburn has really good field possession here.
5 sacks generated by this LSU defense. They've also forced 5 different hurries. They've also got a knockdown on Newman, and we are still in the opening half as Newman play fake coming back over the middle. Austin Knight, he'll get it into LSU territory.
Yeah, big play there. Let's see if they run a little bit quicker game here instead of ticking out the clock.
As they spotted, let's say about the 48-yard line, as Newman going short over the middle, going right back to the hot hand in Austin Knight. Another 6-yard pickup, and they'll move the sticks here in favor of Auburn.
Yeah, you know, as a sports bettor myself, I'm looking at Sean Flowerday to make a big play here. Let's see if he's on the field.
Well, he is. He was in the slot. That trip set over to the top of the screen, but they'll go to Austin Knight, who will get out of bounds after picking up a short 3.
Yeah, 3 catches by Austin Knight. He had 5 last week, so he's off to a great start here. 2nd and 7 for Ron Newman.
Trips again to the short side of the field, the top of the screen. Newman dancing, able to slip free of 1, but then is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Anthony Stover with his first career sack.
Yeah, Anthony Stover is all over the place. You know it hurt him when he didn't get that scoop 6 there, so look for him to make some plays the rest of the game.
From the 39 of LSU, it's 3rd and 7. Newman walking to the line, buckling his chin strap here as they'll come under center. They'll split the tight end out to the slot, and then they bring him back in as Newman over the middle, and a dropped first down by Walter Miller.
Oh, that's got to hurt, but they're going for it.
4th and 7 from inside the LSU 40, and Auburn playing aggressive. Newman throwing, and another drop pass, this one by Flowerday.
Ron Newman's got to be going to the sideline talking to coach like, come on, give me some weapons here. In and out, Flowerday. He
had Flowerday. Flowerday beat the coverage down the seam, but he just could not hold on. So LSU will take over with 2:50 to play in the half from their own 49. And they're going to set up a halfback screen. Colt Youngblood to the short side. They'll get 8.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Big collision there with Peyton Miles.
Yeah, I was going to say Colt and Peyton, both number 7s with a head-on collision there.
2nd and 2.
Let's go! 98
Here's Gage. Draw play. Colt Youngblood stiff-armed Conrad Wallace, but he could not push away Paul Payne, the backup defensive tackle.
Yeah, we haven't spoken much about Auburn's defense, but they played really well last week. They had 9 total sacks, albeit it was a MAC team, but still, regardless, that's really good.
So short throw, and on the slant route, Dominic Flores able to get 19 yards there, excuse me. And so a new set of downs here for LSU.
Yeah, I mean, LSU, they're rumbling, they're getting down the field. No need to rush here. You have 3 timeouts in under 2 minutes.
Pistol set. They're going to motion the tight end Eggers from left to right. Gage Youngblood keeping it, fighting against Darrow Alexander there, who comes up and makes a stop in this game to 2.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to both of these corners. They're playing great run defense on both sides of the ball.
Perry, the receiver in motion. Gage to throw, dancing right, taking a shot deep in the middle of the field. Had Woods, but Woods wasn't looking.
Man, that would have been a big play right there. 3rd and 8. That hurts.
Gage in the gun, trying to go halfback screen to the far side, and he will with Bernie. Bernie able to get it out to the Auburn 45-yard line before the punting unit will take over.
Yeah, interesting on Auburn not calling a timeout here. Kind of makes you wonder if they're kind of content with a 1-score game.
It's been a very defensive battle, and if you remember earlier this week, Alabama and Clemson was very much a defensive battle for the majority of that opening half. Into the 3rd and the 4th quarter, though, as the defenses wore down, the offense for both teams was able to find some explosive plays. As Mike is wondering why, Zach, you have not spoken of his love for your sultry and gentle voice.
Not much to say to that one. Thank you. I think. What would you say if that got brought up to you, David? Let me push this one off to you.
That we are officially in CFSL After Dark, if that is the case.
Okay. Got it.
And the legendary CFSL After Dark, or the rumored CFSL After Dark, it's never quite the same without a Matt Pack involved, as Walter Miller gets 8 yards here on 1st down, because CFSL After Dark, it really started with him.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in the chat, Pack is literally all over the place. Spider-Man, all types of stuff like that.
Mike also infers that, he has to hear my voice all the time. So, Ron Newman in the gun, 2nd and 2, and they're going to let time tick down. So, really seems they're going to load up for a deep shot, maybe pull off a Hail Mary. We've seen this a few times. A Hail Mary shot at the end of the 1st half can take momentum into the 2nd half. Instead, they're going to swing it out. Lawler throws out 2 stiff arms in a 3rd. We'll get him out to the 38-yard line, and Auburn will take a timeout.
Now it makes you wonder why Auburn didn't call a timeout earlier. It was a great play by Lawler.
9 seconds on the clock, tight end in motion. Newman under center, 5-step drop. Over to the left sideline. Miller couldn't hold on. 2nd and 10.
Speaking of Hail Marys at half, I think that was Justin Fields in Texas who you're speaking of. I think he had one of those.
Oh, Oliver Fields, yeah.
Yes, Oliver Fields.
Had
Great
that
play
one
by him.
earlier this week. Newman was trying to buy time to pull one off of his own, but instead he is sacked. And so we go to the half. LSU up 7-3. Now, Zach, in case you, like many out there who might be wondering, well, what is the lowest scoring game in the CFSL? Well, a couple seasons ago, Miami was able to defeat Nebraska 10-7. That is the lowest scoring game that we have ever seen in the CFSL. And tonight, very much on pace for likely something very similar.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice to see these sort of games because it kind of puts into perspective how talented both defensive are. We see a lot of, lately especially, a lot of offensive explosions, but it's nice to see defense get some love.
Well, you look at the two offenses here, and again, both have had their share of struggles in moving the football. Auburn, they're up over 150 yards of total offense. You look at the time of possession, you'd think they should be up by more in terms of the yardage, and you'd think they'd have the lead on the scoreboard. They've had the football for nearly 16 minutes in the first half, which has got to be an error by the truck, because that would be 3 minutes in a half, and we've only got 9-minute quarters. So that cannot be right.
Yeah, you know, some of us are good at math and some of us aren't, so we'll just kind of pretend nobody saw that.
Well, we all know I'm not good at math, but even I can tell you that does not look right. Nonetheless, LSU will start the second half with the ball, and they will get out across to the 26-yard line with it.
Yeah, I think Matt just pointed out 7 sacks by LSU in the first half. That's absolutely insane. Shout out to them on defense.
Colt Youngblood going to get the carry, and he lost a football, and Big Donnie Eads recovers it.
Oh, man, that hurts. That hurts for LSU. You start off the half, you hold Auburn to 3, and then a fumble by your big playmaker.
Donnie Eads able to come up with it as this Auburn defensive line, they smother Colt Youngblood in the backfield. They rip that ball out, and Auburn, with the best starting field position they have had all night long, from the LSU 27, and a quick throw over the middle for Austin Knight.
Yeah, big play there. Again, it's a testament. You got these two giants, in Ron Newman and Colt Youngblood, and both of them haven't really exploded yet. I wonder which one will.
Hand off Lawler. Lawler up the middle, and Loki Lawler's going to get it down inside the 10. First and goal for Auburn.
That makes it first and goal.
Yeah, big play here. Auburn wasn't really good on third down, so you want to kind of see them stay away from that score here on first or second.
Green receiver in motion, and he'll set up over here to the near side. Draw play though, Lawler got caught up on the inside. He'll get a yard, brings up second goal.
That brings up second and goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, no tight end I really think is an X factor to Auburn. That kind of hurts not having that big safety blanket for the quarterback.
Out of the pistol, they're going to give it to a big back in Chris Black. Unfortunately, they try to get him down to the edge, and so he'll lose a yard.
That makes it third and goal.
Yeah, Dalton Smith played pretty well. Nice stop there, containing the edge. Again, Auburn 2 for 9 this week, and they were 25% from third down last week.
So it'll back him up to the 10, which is the original line of scrimmage, and they're going to set up a halfback screen. Chris Black. Black with blocking. Chris Black for the touchdown and the lead.
Wow. You got to love the third down screen, and you love it even more when it works. Great job by Ron Newman and Chris Black. Congratulations, Auburn. Good play.
Chris Black, a week ago, had 4 carries, had 13 yards when he come in relief of Loki Lawler. He had a catch, it went for 7 yards. Here, though, it goes for something a little bit more important, the lead for Auburn. Now, it's a slim lead, but the way this defense, Zach, is going here in the early stages of the second half, you got to feel pretty good about it if you're Auburn.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't, for them getting that fumble return is huge, and their defense has played pretty well. Now it's up to LSU to make some plays here.
Well, Auburn's defense has yet to come up with a sack. Now they're holding LSU at about 4 yards a play, which when you look at the game of football, usually is about where most offenses are okay with operating at about 4 yards a play. You get that on first, second, and third down. You'll have a first down every time as Youngblood. He's not going to get any yardage on first down. He has to throw it away, so it brings up second and 10.
Yeah, Conrad Wallace, number 99 out there with the pressure.
And off here to the inside, and again, Youngblood smothered in the backfield. This time, Big Donnie Eads leading the charge.
Yeah, both these D-lines have really showed out. and made third down conversions very difficult. LSU's been a little more successful, but nonetheless, long third down here.
Flores, receiver motion. He'll line up in the slot here at the bottom of your screen. They're going to go halfback screen, though, to the far side, and Colt Youngblood was fighting with Donnie Eads. Eads slowed him up enough for Robert Wayne Hillsman to come down a hill and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, shout out to Donnie Eads. I think he had the tackle on or some sort of involvement in every play on that drive. Big stop for him.
Well, you remember, to start the third quarter, he's the one who recovered the fumble that set up Auburn's score there on the halfback screen for Chris Black, as Loki Lawler is able to advance it across midfield to start this drive for Auburn. You look at the numbers, LSU's offense has struggled early on here in the second half. Now, part of that is you had a fumble on your first carry of the half, and then you have a 3-and-out as Auburn from the LSU 49. They're pushed back to their side of midfield as Loki Lawler cannot pick up any steam.
Yeah, number 51, Cameron Boggs. 2 tackles, both for loss, matching his total from last week. But he's playing quite well.
Out of the gun, Newman on 2nd and 12. Pressure coming. Newman trying to tuck and run. He'll run into Dimitri Mikhailov, who is able to scrape across to stop him for a loss of 5.
I don't know how many times I'm going to say Dimitri's name, but he's just playing lights out tonight. Another long third down for Auburn. Let's see what they draw up here.
Second sack of the night for Dimitri Mikhailov, and it forces a long 3rd and 17 here as Auburn backed up now to their own 43. Newman in the gun, 4 wide and a 2-by-2 set. Newman steps up into the pocket, and he is dropped for a loss. Dylan LeBlanc came through his 3rd sack of the night after not having any a week ago in his CFSL debut.
Yeah, that's 8 or 9 sacks on the day for LSU, I believe. There's still almost an entire half to go. That's absolutely props to them for doing well.
So the Auburn offense, a quick 3-and-out for them. And on the return, TJ Keene. Keene slipping a couple tackles, able to get it out to midfield. And you look at the two offenses, Zach. Auburn closing in on 200 yards of offense. LSU, they were closing in on a $150 of total offense tonight, but over the last couple drives, they've been going backwards with that.
Yeah, they've really struggled this second half. You wonder what Matt Pack has kind of told his team at half.
Well, here they fluster Gage Youngblood. The pass rush nearly got to him, and he throws it away. So 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you got to feed Cole. He hasn't touched the ball, I think, at all at this half besides that fumble. Get him going, get him confident.
Well, Colt Youngblood gets a carry, but again, smothered at the point of attack. Conrad Wallace, his 2nd tackle for a loss tonight, and another long 3rd down, this time for LSU.
Yeah, he had 4 tackles for loss last week, so obviously you can tell he's a playmaker.
Halfback screen here to the near side. Peyton Miles, what a huge hit. He dished out, and it's a loss of 3 for Colt Youngblood.
Yeah, Peyton Miles must have something against Colt because that's 2 monster hits, as you just noted. Good gravy, what a hit. But props on LSU for another stop. This is a defensive match right here.
LSU they were moving the ball much better in the first half. I'll put it that way. It's not like they were picking up big chunks of yardage, but they were having much more success on early downs as Lawler on the return gets it out to about the 30. Here in the second half, though, this LSU offense, you see the numbers there, -7 yards for them to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers are so important. I mean, you could really see Auburn has done well, but that fumble by LSU hurts real bad.
So from the 30-yard line, and a swing pass here for Lawler. Lawler able to get 3 on 1st down.
Yeah, tackled by number 42, Marcellus Burning and Anthony Stover. 2nd and 7 for Auburn.
Trips down to the bottom of your screen as Newman. He'll throw the bubble screen that way for Flowerday. And a little bit of corner-on-corner action down there as TJ Keene stops Flowerday after a gain of 1.
Yeah, Sean Flowerday's done pretty well. We saw him come onto the stage in the Army-Navy game, and he's showed out on both sides ever since.
Midway through the third quarter, pass over the middle by Newman, and it is picked off. Brandon Stone, the middle linebacker, with the interception, and he's going to get it out to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, 7th tackle for Brandon Stone. The sportsbook has over 9.5, and an interception to add on to it.
A busy night here for Brandon Stone, and really both defenses, as they have been going back and forth here tonight, as Stone, only his 2nd career interception, and that's going to set up the drive for the 2 Youngbloods, because Colt Youngblood over to the far side getting 7 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Colt and Gage, they run this offense, obviously, but they've got to get points here on the board.
Play fake, Gage. Just a little shovel pass underneath here for Eggers, but he's driven backwards. Kyle Lilika was the first man there, and then Chris Black brings him down.
You love the extra effort by your tight end there, but sometimes you just got to, get down, keep that yardage while you can, especially with how much they've struggled getting yards.
3rd and 5 from the Auburn 33. Gage, pressure coming, going short. Woods came back for it, and it cost LSU the first down.
We've seen Auburn be aggressive here. Obviously, long field goal here by LSU.
Yeah, they're going to walk on Remy Boudreau, and Boudreau, he'll try this from 48 yards out, and he nails it.
Big kick. Remy went 3 for 3 last week, so he's obviously a very confident kicker, and right to the upright on that one.
Remy Boudreau with the tying score here late in the 3rd quarter, as on the return and out across the 26-yard line. Kyle Lilika, and Zach, when you throw a pick like that, if you're Newman, you have to find a response to it.
Yeah, you got to get him going on the ground. I mean, obviously LSU has a tough front 7, but that's his specialty.
Here they try to go to a screen, and they'll rule it an incomplete pass on 1st down, so it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, LSU secondary is just as strong as their defense, so props on them for that.
Newman to throw, and he's going to go short over to the near side. Austin Knight, he'll get 4 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
We haven't seen any real long vertical routes ran by Auburn. They're doing a lot of dink and dunk. Makes you wonder, David, when they're going to try that and if it works.
3rd and 6. They try to set up the halfback screen. Newman tried to then fit it in for Austin Knight, but he can't haul it in either, and that brings up 4th down.
Yet another stop by the defense for both sides. At this point, 3 points is better than anything because both teams are locking down.
So Auburn forced to punt it away. Keene on the return, able to get it out across to the Auburn 46, as TJ Keene has had a couple opportunities to try and break what would be only our 2nd punt return for a touchdown in league history.
Yeah, he's done pretty well. He's been all over the field, especially on defense, making his presence known.
Well, here's Gage Youngblood taking a shot, and all over the secondary is Dominic Flores.
Dominic with the big catch there. As you can see, they were struggling to get yardage. That's a huge play. See if LSU can put 7 on the board here.
So they take a shot, and from the 46-yard line, they move it down to the 6-yard line. So a 40-yard completion for Gage Youngblood. Only their 2nd trip into the red zone. Youngblood to the end zone. Edge Eggers for the touchdown.
Yeah, like I said, safety blankets, the tight ends are so important in this league, and you can see that Gage is going to him since Colt can't go in. Great touchdown.
So LSU back-to-back scoring drives to retake the lead in what has been a back and forth game here between these two teams. Our 3rd lead change of the night.
Yeah, look for Auburn to try to dial up something different, something they haven't done before. Screenplays haven't been working. See what else they have in that playbook.
So this punt fielded in the end zone by Kyle Ilika, and he will kneel it for a touchback. So 2:37 to play here in the third. Auburn will take over from their own 25-yard line. And Ron Newman out of the pistol, 4 wide. Looking, has to swing it out. Lawler over to the left side, slips a tackle, and then gets it out to about the 33.
The intended receiver on the play.
Yeah, I was gonna say, David, Loki really hasn't touched the rock too often here, but when he does, he makes some plays. Look to see them kind of pound the rock with him up the middle.
Short gain there on first down, brings up 2nd and 7 as Auburn, they empty out the backfield for it. Newman gonna tuck it and run. Ron Newman able to get the first down and more. Newman out across to about the 41.
Yeah, if you're Auburn, that's exactly what you want to see. Ron Newman running the ball adds a huge aspect to that game. Makes them really respect his legs and hopefully opens up some plays on the passing game.
Ron Newman has run the ball 15 times tonight, and that 13-yard run was enough for him to break even. 15 carries for no yardage total on the night, as Miller will get 10 yards.
Wow, I didn't even note that. He had 109 last week. So obviously it's a huge part of his game with 2 touchdowns. Let's see if he can capitalize on that.
2 backs in the backfield here for Newman. Play fake. Able to find Lawler down the seam over to the near side, and a first down for Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn's moving the ball here. I don't want to jinx them, but they're looking pretty nice this drive.
Zach is trying to avoid the commentator curse, but the commentator curse can strike at any moment, and it will change hands frequently throughout the course of the season as Eugene Flowers gets close to a first down.
Yeah, great play by number 86 Flowers there. Again, they're moving the rock. It's great to see. You want to really get Ron Newman going and kind of get his momentum in the right direction.
Stone picking up his 8th tackle tonight as Lawler tried to cut it back. He saw Marcellus Burney coming, but Burney stops him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was a big play by Burney. You can see that LSU is really setting the edge and making them run into their big fellows on the D-line. Huge third down here.
Give right up the middle, and Black is dropped in the backfield. Brandon Stone there yet again. That's his 9th tackle. The line in the sports book was 9.5 for Stone.
Yeah, so they go for the field goal here. I'm a little surprised. Hopefully they hit this. I like how aggressive Auburn's been. I was hoping they'd keep that going.
Well, they'll settle as Fritz Roberts from 51 yards out, and he pushes it through.
Good kick, good kick. Like I stated earlier, points on the board in this sort of game is what you need. So props on Auburn for getting a field goal here.
Inside a minute to play here in the third quarter. 32 seconds remain on the clock, and bringing it out from his own goal line. Cosmos Woods able to bring it out across to the 33-yard line. Now, Zach, we talked about it. The first half, defense was really the noise, and they were making plays left and right. A couple turnovers. Now here, though, in the second half, the offenses are starting to find a little bit of wiggle room. LSU's, though, in particular.
Yeah, I mean, LSU's looked really nice in this last drive they had on offense. And see if they can keep that going because they've really struggled in the first half.
From the 33-yard line, Gage Youngblood in the gun. They're going to motion the tight end Eggers from left to right as play fake, pass over the middle. Brody Edwards able to hold on out to the 37.
Yeah, brought down by a freshman DE and Scott Stover. Welcome to the game. I think that was his first tackle.
Stover has not been as active tonight as maybe you would like, although the pass rush got through pretty cleanly. LSU wanted to set up the screen. They just didn't have the time to connect.
Yeah, you can tell both teams have really looked out for that screenplay. In practice, you can tell they've looked out for it. It hasn't gone well except for that one Chris Black play.
Here's a shot, though. A beautiful rainbow throw to Fred Perry. And that is how we end the first quarter. Auburn trailing here at home, and LSU is driving. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. We'll be back in just a moment. fourth quarter. And from the Auburn 46, Fred Perry on the wide receiver screen. He'll get 8.
Yeah, I'd say Fred Perry is a pretty athletic player. He was cornerback last year, converting to wide receiver now. Playing pretty well so far.
Second down and 2 here for LSU. As this drive that began in the third quarter continues. Flores getting 9 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Yeah, Flores with his 4th catch of the night. 3 catches behind what he had last week, but more yardage. So he's playing quite well against this Auburn defense.
Gage makes an adjustment at the line. Play fake, rolling right, pressure coming, so he tucks it and runs, but he runs into Edge Eggers, and Eggers and Youngblood couldn't seem to separate, so Wallace will get a sack.
Yeah, that was a first down and then some written all over it. You really hate to see that if you're the tight end there.
And that play comes just as Voodoo points out in the live chat that you haven't tackled the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. And on cue, Auburn is able to pull that off as a give to Colt Youngblood. And he got away from Big Donnie Eads and got 5.
Yeah, Colt only has 8 rushes for 25 yards. It's interesting to see what the play calls have indicated for him, as he had 25 for 190 last week.
Well, he had a line in the sports book over 174.5 rushing yards, 41 odds on that. Not going to hit that anytime soon, as Marcellus Burney, trying to get away from Eads, ends up tripping over him and ends up a couple yards short of the first down. But LSU playing aggressive. They're going to go for it.
No, they're not settling for 3. Okay. We like to see it. Wonder what kind of play call they're going to have here.
2 backs in the backfield on 4th and 2. Youngblood trying to keep it on the option. Then he pitches it late. Colt Youngblood breaks the tackle. And in a foot race, as Miles drags him down at the 6.
Wow. My jaw dropped there. Gage trucked one, give to Colt, who trucked one for the first down. That's a big play there for LSU.
Pistol set, and they'll give it to the backup at tailback, who slips off a couple tackles and walks it in for the touchdown, Allen Young.
Yeah, touchdown by the walk-on. Good on him. And props to LSU. They're really going to put pressure on Auburn to kind of pass the rock here. It's been a struggle to score on both sides.
LSU's Remy Boudreau and that right leg of his makes it an 11-point game, 7:03 to play.
Yeah, special teams really played a big role this week, as we've seen. See if Auburn can get something here.
Alicka on the return. Kyle Alicka able to get it out to the 35-yard line here for Auburn.
Yeah, this is scoring territory for Auburn. You can get 3. And still be a 1-score game, but obviously you want 7 on the board here.
Newman to throw, needing a response here as he goes short. Austin Knight getting 5 yards. And that brings us second down.
Austin Knight's been a favorite of his, one of the few who's been able to get open against the secondary of LSU. See who else gets open for Auburn.
Pistol set, they go wide receiver screen, and able to turn the corner is Walter Miller. He'll get it out across midfield.
Walter Miller, 5 receptions, 43 yards. He also has a few snaps at halfback as well. You like the way this drive is going for Auburn?
Stay in the pistol, but Newman's going to go with a quarterback keeper here, and he'll get tracked down behind the line of scrimmage. Dylan LeBlanc able to get back there, his 4th tackle for a loss tonight, and LeBlanc only had 1 a week ago.
Yeah, David, you were just indicating, I think it was last quarter, how he just got positive. With that run, Ron Newman is now into negative yardage for rushing.
Newman's going to go to throw, and then he's going to get sacked for a loss of 5. Dylan LeBlanc, his 4th sack on the night.
Yeah, Dylan LeBlanc. Maybe we should all take naps before our commentating, because that man has been all over the place, David. Wow.
So Auburn backed up and into a 3rd and 17 following the sack by LeBlanc as Loki Lawler well short of the marker on the halfback screen. And LeBlanc, 4 sacks tonight, 1 away from tying the single game record in CFSL history. The record being 5, and it was pulled off 3 different times in CFSL history. The first, of course, taking place in Season 2 against the Auburn Tigers by an LSU Tiger, the former LSU Tiger, in Michael Sudeikis, as TJ King gets it up to the 35-yard line on the return.
Great stat there, David. Very interesting. LSU, I mean, if you're LSU, you really want to put your foot on their throats here. Get 7, try for 3, but really get some points on the board here.
Well, they're going to start with Colt Youngblood to the inside, going right up the middle with him. He'll get 3 yards. So clearly it's not just about getting points, Zach. It's about killing clock as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Time of possession has been huge here for LSU.
Gage Youngblood keeping it. Miles able to get downhill and make the stop in the backfield.
Yeah, both of these mobile quarterbacks have had struggles with the option. It's been a testament to both defenses out there.
The 15th third down of the night that LSU's had to try and convert, and they will convert it. On the angle route, Colt Youngblood, a first down for LSU.
Yeah, Colt's not just a physical runner. He's reminding us that he can also catch the rock. Only had 3 receptions last week, but he's got 10 already, so definitely showing up.
In Auburn territory, Gage dancing, trying to take a shot on the right side, nearly picked off by Sean Flowerday, and Auburn is wishing that he could have.
Yeah, you want to be careful if you're Youngblood. You're up 2 possessions here. You love the confidence in your receivers, but Flowerday's not the guy to target.
And off Bernie. Got a couple yards there, but then he was rocketed backwards off the hit. And that brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, yet another 3rd down conversion. LSU 7 of 15 so far. See if they can dial up a play here.
Youngblood looking. Eads able to force the ball out of the hands of Gage Youngblood as he checks it down for a yard.
4th down.
And LSU will punt.
So they'll go ahead and punt. They're going to go ahead and eat some clock here. 3 minutes is still enough time, David, to get a score for Auburn, but you really got a sense of urgency here if you're them.
So the punt hits inside the 5, bouncing through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now you mentioned it, there is a sense of urgency, but 3:56, don't want to drive down too quickly and not give your defense a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah, as we were stating earlier in the game, both of these teams have multiple position players, kick returners that are playing offense and defense and vice versa. You want to kind of let them get some rest if you can.
So they'll take over from the 20 in an empty backfield for Auburn. Newman steps up. They'll check it down. Levi Maxwell, he'll get about 8 yards there on 1st down. As Auburn is going to begin the drive, trying to move the ball and pick up positive yardage.
Yeah, Ron Newman, you like to see a completion there, but you really got to start getting some big plays if you're Auburn.
Well, Lawler's going to get a carry here for the 1st down. He'll advance it out to the 39-yard line. So it's a gain of 10 on 1st down on the run play as we near the 3.5-minute mark.
Yeah, a great 1st down by Loki, but the clock is ticking here. If I'm LSU, back up your corners, make them beat you short.
Here we go.
4 wide, trips top the screen, bubble screen to the left side. Maxwell getting a yard there. 2nd down here for Auburn.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Levi Maxwell, I think he's 5th on the depth chart there, David. Getting some playing time out there.
Pistol set. Newman. Quick pass over the middle, caught by Knight. Knight breaking a couple tackles and then stumbles, but he gets 15 and out across midfield. Auburn hurrying back to the line. Trips top of screen. Newman gets a 4-man rush, going to take it a run. Ron Newman, a 1st down and more out across the 35-yard line before Anthony Stover can drop him.
That's good for a gain.
Yeah, when you get a first down here, again, before 2 minutes, the time doesn't stop, so keep utilizing Auburn.
Newman hurrying into offense back to the line of scrimmage yet again. And he's going to tuck it and run again. Ron Newman spinning out of trouble and getting 6.
Yeah, you love the sense of urgency here, but your guys got to be huffing and puffing. Go ahead and call up a normal play here.
Well, they're going to come out, single back set. Chris Black checks into the backfield, 5-step drop. Newman throws it away, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that LSU defense has been all over Ron Newman. You could obviously see he felt the pressure on that one.
So they're going to empty out the backfield. A lot of walk-ons on the field here for Auburn on a crucial 3rd down. Newman's going to go short of the stick, so finds Ford, and he'll get 3. 4th and 1. Got to expect Auburn's going to go for it, and they will.
Absolutely. Corner blitz there by Bernie. Good read by Ron Newman, but not quite enough for the first down.
Black checks into the backfield. Newman keeping it. Ron Newman the first down. Cuts it back to the inside. Tries to tuck that shoulder and slip past as he'll get 9.
20 rushes for 21 yards. Definitely a wild game.
2 backs in the backfield. Newman looking. Going to take it and run again, but he runs into trouble and is sacked.
With the sack. Loss of 6 on the play.
David, I don't know if you know this off the top of my head, but that's 12 or 13 sacks by LSU.
This
Do you know the
LSU
record?
defense has been going crazy getting after Ron Newman. Is that pass thrown away? Team stats are something we'd have to look into
Yeah,
and
we'll
track.
check that out.
As a pistol set, Newman thrown to the end zone. Back corner, touchdown, Walter Miller.
That is huge, David. Minute 43, 3 timeouts left. They got to get a 2-point conversion here. See what they call up.
Need to make it a 3-point game. The best news for Auburn, they've still got 3 timeouts as Newman, 5-step drop, dancing in the pocket. Pressure comes. Newman's going to take it and run, but he's hit hard by Brandon Stone. So they are now 5 points away, separating LSU and Auburn, 1:43 to play.
David, that's number 10 for Brandon Stone there. You like to see it.
Auburn going to go for the onside kick. LSU will field it from midfield, and they'll get it out to the Auburn 48-yard line.
So again, Auburn still has all 3 timeouts. Although they didn't get the 2-point conversion, you can still get a touchdown here and win. LSU get a first down, and it's over.
Crucial drive here for the Auburn defense as Colton Youngblood stopped after a gain of 2 by Conrad Wallace. Timeout taken by the Tigers.
Yeah, let's keep seeing what they draw up here. If you're LSU, keep running the ball, burn the clock.
And off again on the counter. Youngblood stopped short again. 3rd and 3, Auburn, 1 timeout remaining.
Big number 77, Scott Stover with the stop there, 3rd and 3. This is a huge play here, David.
Gage to throw, going short, and it is caught. First down, Fred Perry.
That's a big play by Fred Perry. I believe that should end it here. They're going to go ahead and kneel it after this run, I'd imagine.
We're going to give it to the inside. Marcellus Burney, he'll get the first down. It's a gain of 11.
First down.
And LSU really from here on out could kneel it if they so desired, but they will not do that. They will keep their offense in full forward, I should say, as Colton Youngblood will get 5 yards. And then from here, you probably expect them to kneel. Valiant effort by Auburn to try and come back. But this LSU defense, they were very frustrating for Ron Newman here tonight.
Yeah, double-digit sacks by LSU. Props to that D-line. They definitely had their Wheaties, David.
Well, Youngblood will kneel it out of the victory formation, and that means that LSU, they improve to 2-0 in conference, trying to establish an early lead in the hopes that they can take the SEC crown away from Clemson.
The final score is 24.
So that'll do it. Week 2 now officially in the books on an impressive night here from Jordan-Hare Stadium. And a hard-fought game and a very defensive battle for the majority of the night. LSU, though, they come away with the win, 24-19 here on the road. They improved to 2-0, not just overall, but in conference, giving them an early lead in the SEC on an impressive night there from Dylan LeBlanc. Meanwhile, Auburn going to 1-1, looking to bounce back next week. For Zach, I'm David. That wraps up week 2. We'll be right back on Monday with the Inside Blitz podcast at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll get you all recapping week 2 before we look ahead and get you all set up for week 3 that kicks off on Monday night. I'll be back over on Twitch. For Zach, I'm David. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Have a good weekend, everybody.